The saga of the Marvel Cinematic Universe turned a new corner with Infinity War, when we knew the old guard was going to get a swan song in Endgame so that the new crop of superheroes could continue dazzling us with visual and hilarious, sometimes juvenile movies. I look forward to Phase 4 more than ever before. Warning, all major spoilers ahead. And this is going to get weird, topsy turvy, and all sorts of meta, so get ready to get riggedy wrecked, son! Hawkeye didn't deserve that downer opening sequence, but it was essential to get those few members of the audience who didn't already know about the decimation clued in to the enormous stakes of this megalithic cinematic adventure. Light years away and 3 weeks later, Stank and True Blue Nebula are adrift in space, passing time existentially with football. Glory, glory, Man United. Stank records the message in a helmet across the sea of space to Pepper that was so important in the trailer. It seems all too bleak when the Deus Ex Machina to end all disputes, Captain Marvel to the rescue. The original Avengers, so conveniently spared from decimation, provide a little recap and also a callback to Age of Ultron's armor around the world goal. Banner puts down Stank for a bit, and True Blue Nebula spills the secret of the garden, where Purple Nurple Thanos actually has a literal alien garden on a planet that the Avengers track because of a power surge similar to the snap of Infinity War. Thor gives Captain Marvel his hard-won stamp of approval, and off they go in Rocket's spanky clean ship to confront Purple Nurple Thanos, only to find there is nothing left to confront. Purple Nurple Thanos has flashed the stones using the stones themselves. Way to go meta, Russos of Community. He drops his catchphrase, I am inevitable, as well as an arm. Thor gets an easy chance to correct his Infinity War misaimed shot and separates Purple Nurple Thanos' head from his body, as Thanos had advised before the decimation. 5 years later. Back on Earth, Captain America consoles Joe Russo in another cameo after his scene in Infinity War got left on the cutting room floor, ably aided by Jim Starlin, the creator of Thanos. Just in time to perk up a dismal world, a rat unleashes a huge ant from the quantum realm in storage number 616, referencing the Marvel 616 comic universe. The Russos give another shout out to their community days by having Ken Jeong, the diminutive Doctor of Com, let Scott Lang go from the storage facility in the ex-con van that had ended up in before the Endgame began. La cucaracha! Perhaps his character being a sci-fi aficionado had something to do with it, or a lot. He is actually reading a new wave collection of science fiction stories by J.G. Ballard, which is fitting for the dystopia brought about by the decimation. One of the stories is also called Endgame, but it's not really like the story that is panning out in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. By the way, check out those Ken Jeong specs on my face. Coming out of the quantum space-time fully zapped, Scott finds his own name on a memorial for the dusted, but thankfully also finds his 5-year older daughter Cassie. At Avengers Homestead, a con call between Captain Marvel, Okoye, Rocket, Nebula, and Rhodey is being moderated by Black Widow. Captain America has got mopey, understandably, but Scott arrives without the drama expected from the trailer at the front gate and starts talking Quantum Realm. Captain America and Black Widow are bright, but not Stank brilliant bright, so they drop in on Stank's fam time with Pepper and Morgan. Straight up digging into real, and by real I mean quite close to actual, physics terminology, dissing Back to the Future multiple times, multiple times, multiple times, multiple times, multiple times, multiple times, What is this? Illusion. Break the loop. Stank totally recuses himself from being a time traveler, but only for the time being. Looking for a bigger brain is kinda easy for Chris number 2, number 1 being Thor and number 3 being a Pratt. Scarjo and Scott when Smart Hulk is around, so we get Mark Ruffalo in a brand new avatar, taking fan pics with children while making use of mocap full time, like Josh Brolin did for Thanos, and even pulling off a dab. Paul Pogba for the win! Captain America encourages Scott as they test out time traveling, which is good because babies need all the positivity they can get. Bruce Banner and Hulk combination does not do time travel too well, but Stank and Friday are dabbing into time travel in the meantime, and as expected, he does the genius billionaire philanthropist thing, minus the playboy bit. After a night-time beddy bye to Morgan and Pepper, who's composting goop probably, Stank swings by Avengers compound with two gifts in his swank autonomous Audi boot, a space-time GPS for the time heist and a shield for Cap. The Einstein-Podolsky-Rosen paradox gets name-dropped by Stank, somewhat paradoxically for a comic book movie, and Stank foreshadows his demise while trying to keep what he found at all costs being his top priority. Ant-Man is the butt of practical jokes from the Blue Nebule and Rocket Rhodey, and Professor Hulk and Rodent Raccoon hop into New Asgard, formerly Tonsberg, Norway, a site of many significant events in the past, including hosting the Tesseract with the Space Stone in it. And they meet Valkyrie, who is not impressed by Hybrid Hulk. Thor has become a dumpy man in the dumps living in a dump. Highlight of highlights, Korg and Meek are playing Fortnite. Thor gives Noobmaster 69 a verbal hammering, which has already spawned all sorts of memes on this lovely space we call the World Wide Web. Thor gets ticked off at He Who Must Not Be Named, but is swung around into a good mood by the promise of beer on the Benatar, after Korg throws very polite shade, without meaning to, obviously, Taika Waititi, you magnificent Korg. The entire point of this humorous interlude was to offset the next scene of Ronin, previously known as Hawkeye, cleaning the streets of Tokyo metaphorically by katanaing many Yakuza. Black Widow offers him some hope, and so the original 6 Avengers are assembled. Or should it be reassembled? Let's see. They call out 9 excellent time travel adventure movies and shows: Star Trek, Terminator, Time Cop, Time After Time, Quantum Leap, A Wrinkle in Time, Somewhere in Time, Hot Tub Time Machine, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, plus Die Hard, possibly for no reason other than to get Bruce Willis to cameo in a future Marvel movie.